Hey, it's Benji Cole, son of Al Cole from CBS Radio and host of the syndicated talk show, People of Distinction. A talk that gives you an in-depth view of some of the most dynamic, intelligent, and successful people on the planet. Run to our website, alcoleenterprises.com for more info. Email me through benji@alcoleenterprises.com if you'd like to get involved with what we have going. And as always, please continue to like and follow our broadcasts. People of Distinction is internationally syndicated solely due to the love and support that you all continue to give. We're available across all major distributors, and as long as you keep following, we're going to continue to put out the content. Now sit back and strap in, because on the line with us today, we have the impressive Comfort Asamoah. And we're going to be discussing her incredible children's book, Kokroko the Elephant, his leadership, Be a Forest, and the life of one big elephant. It's Amazon, it's Barnes & Noble. Man, it's a lot of other places. I'm telling you, type it into a search bar and be greeted with all of them. You're going to want to add this to your shelf, and the moment we begin discussing it, you're going to understand why I say that. And I quickly want to take this opportunity and point out the fact that Comfort was brought to us by ThinkSpark, LLC. So for my writers out there who have gone through their process, man, if you need some assistance moving that book you just developed, contact ThinkSpark. They're one of the best movers in the business. You're going to want to head on over to ThinkSparkLLC.com and gather all of the ways that their fantastic team is going to help you do just that. And people, it is an absolute pleasure to have Comfort here on the line. Man, sit back, strap in, and get ready for a roller coaster of a ride. One your children are going to love, but you are going to enjoy it just as much. Comfort weaves a lush lyrical tale that's equal parts adventure, cultural wisdom, and heartwarming family bond, all through the eyes of a child navigating the unspoken rules of nature. Today we're diving into the magic behind this story, exploring how it captures the delicate dance between humans and wildlife, and why its message of coexistence feels more urgent than ever. Like I mentioned, man, sit back and strap in. Here we go. Comfort, first and foremost, welcome to People of Distinction, and thank you very much for being a guest. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay, and thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Comfort, listen, it is a pleasure to have you here. What you've done with comprising this book is fun, it's entertaining, but it carries a great message that so many people are going to be able to take to the bank. So, listen, it's our pleasure to have you here, and it really is an honor. Let's start off at the foundation. First and foremost, Comfort, tell us a little bit more about yourself and your background.
Thank you. I was born in Ghana, in Africa. It used to be the Gold Coast. It was the British way of system. And then my father used to play soccer, but the contract starts on a Wednesday, and then it ends on Sunday. It is not like it is now, where we have years or nobody, just for some few weeks, some few days. And then he was able to buy this, part of this forest. And then we decided to start cocoa farming. This cocoa is what we use for drinking chocolate, chocolate, Cadbury, Ghana Limited, all those people love cocoa. It was one of the major this thing in Africa, in the whole world. Now we have the cocoa butter and all those things, and most of them come from that area. So he started it, and that's when we got to see these animals. The elephants were there before we got there. The wild animals, so many of them, but mostly the elephants. And imagine a little girl, I think I was about 6 years when I saw Kokroko. He was so huge. And I just stood there and looked at it. And then I'm like, what? I couldn't believe it. So that's how life started. And then we started hearing about the stories, and then the respect that we have to get up early in the morning. My father and goes early in the morning to his farm. Then later on, my mother will get us ready, and then we will go and then we'll help out. I don't help out, and my mother will go and help out, but he has to take it. And it was very strange. Sometimes you get there and you see the farm, part of the farm is destroyed because these animals didn't want us there. So it was respect we have to share with them.
Yeah.
My father and most of the farmers learned how to live with them. They get up early in the morning, go and do their farming, and then by 3 p.m. in the afternoon, they come right back because the elephants and the other wild animals, they be sleeping in the daytime. It was where I learned that animals can only see in the night. That's what they told us. But in the daytime, the sun bread their eyes and they can't see, so they prefer to sleep in the night. So that was something that the rules and regulations that the farmers have to adhere with it.
All right, Comfort, listen, I want to tackle inspiration next. Take us back to that moment in the forest. What was the very first spark that inspired you to create this book?
Yeah, I want people to understand that we have to, like you said, coexist. We have to understand and respect each other's boundaries. It's not a forced thing. If you feel you don't fit in, don't go there. Don't try. Don't overdo it. Understand that it's not a way of life. There are other ways that you can make ends meet or you can live. You see? But to force yourself and start using other things which disturb your other group or something, I want children to know that there are so many ways that people can live and grow up with. Imagine those days when I was there with the elephant. I never dreamed that I would be coming to the U.S. or anywhere. I was always dreaming of going on to school or that kind of life. I was so scared to even get up in the morning because you don't know where Kokoko and his crews will be coming.
Yeah.
That kind of fear. I still have that fear to be careful of where I go and where I step. It's a respect.
Comfort, oftentimes, whenever I talk to authors here on the network and they're talking about that writing process, a common thing that comes up is really the notion of write what you know. And clearly, given your background and your upbringing, I can see how the forest has played an influence. I'm curious to know how much of a young Comfort do we see in the narrator of the story?
I would say around between 4 and 6, but mostly 6 years old. I remember my father, I was crying, and my father wanted to cool me down. So he said, let's go and see something. So he put me on his shoulder, and then we walked about a mile or so. When we got somewhere, he dropped some leaves and he put it behind my ears, and then he said, for something, I don't know. And then we got to this big old doom tree, and then there they were, the elephants, with their babies, the mothers, and they were swimming. They were taking bath with the mud bath. And you could see my eyes. And my father told me, don't talk. Don't say any word. Just look at them. You could see how wow. I was scared. I think when I came back, I didn't even take my dinner. I just went, straight to bed. And my father was having fun. He was laughing at me. He said, you are strong now. The elephants scare you, something like that. But I think it was beautiful. I still remember, I think it was beautiful. I couldn't believe I could go closer to them. And I still remember, and once in a while, I think about the elephant, I have to about what they do, what happened to them. And then I went there one time, went back to my father's village, and I said, oh, I'll have to one day write about this elephant. So I'm always thinking maybe Kokoko wanted me to bring him, out to the world for the world to know how kind he was with the villagers.
Yeah. We're here on the line with the impressive Comfort Asamoah. Now, you're going to want to check out her amazing book, Kokoko the Elephant, His Leadership, Be a Forest, and the Life of One Big Elephant. It's Amazon, it's Barnes & Noble. Pick up your copies today and just get lost in it. Comfort, a two-part question here, but what was the most challenging part of writing this book? And then vice versa, what was maybe the most joyful?
Writing the book wasn't all that, didn't take much time because it was just memories, like a video, watching a video, my brain telling me what it was, watching a video inside my brain, and then I started writing, and then I was wondering, a big elephant like that, sometimes a crab or the black ant, an African black ant can kill them or something. So I was just imagining this world, no matter how big you are, something small can bring you down. So I kept on writing. It was just a memory because when we sit down in the village on the moon, then we be telling stories, and then our fathers and friends and families will be talking about these elephants and lions and all those things. And it was just a memory, childhood memories, and I tried to put them down, and then that's what it was.
Love it. Okay. Listen, I know we've already covered this in different aspects, but now let's get directly to it, and listen, if there's things that we recount and go back over, not a problem, because I think the message is so important, it's worth doubling down. I've mentioned it a number of times, the education, things to be found here. This book is so much more than just an entertaining read, but I want to hear it from you now, Comfort, as we close out. What are you hoping that children and parents alike take from the book after they've completed it?
I'm hoping children will learn about nature, the beauty of nature, the beauty of respect.
Yeah.
And then that you don't belong there, you don't belong there. But if you do, you have to respect. You have to take kindly to whatever God has given you. There's somebody up there, somebody somewhere who probably wants what you have, but it doesn't mean that you're going to step over your boundaries. Mm-hmm. It's all a respect, and then it's governance. The animals were governing themselves, and we were doing the same thing, and then we coexisted in a nice way, and then the people were able to do whatever they want to do. So I want children to go there, read it, see the elephant. It's very beautiful to see the illustration of the elephant and what was going there. Just memorize your life, what it is in terms of these elephants and their coexistence. That's all.
Comfort, what's next for you? What's upcoming? Do you plan on writing any other books? Tell us about what's on the horizon.
Yeah, I'm trying to write about the village itself. So many things. We didn't have schools. We have schools. Those things, we have schools. And there were so many things that went through. There were schools. We have to play soccer. We have to do this. My mother's. And there are little things that we were living on the forest, get our food and everything from the forest, mushrooms, veggies, and all those fruits. We didn't have to go and buy fruit. So it was all wild in the forest that you can just go there and seasonal. It comes in season. You can get mangoes. You can get the oranges, everything. But then there were some other things that we didn't have. And will you believe what we didn't have?
Really?
Salt was so important to us in the village. But you can, because you have to go and buy salt, and you have to walk so many miles to go and get the salt and bring them. So there are things that were easy for us. But then there was this little salt and sugar that we don't even have. Life is not easy like you think. So that's what I'm trying to write about now, like to open people to know the kind of life we were having in Africa. It was beautiful. We had everything, but there are little things that we lack of. People should appreciate. A lot of people don't know about the Africans and their life and the forest and all those things. And sometimes they read whatever they want to read. But here I am trying to let them know that within what you know itself, there's another story behind the story. That's what I'm trying to do.
People, listen, that's what she's trying to do, according to her. I think that's what she's successfully done. I'm going to say it for you again, man. It's Amazon, it's Barnes & Noble. You got to pick up copies of this amazing book. This is so much larger. Like I mentioned before, it's so much larger than a literary creation, okay? This is an invitation. That's the perception that I'm taking. It's an invitation to walk gently, to listen deeply, and to remember that we're all part of the same tapestry. Villagers and elephants, trees and children, bound by unspoken rhythms of respect. There is so much to be learned here, and so much that, like, I look at it and I'm like, how have we forgotten this? growing up, it was almost like it was something that was preached constantly of treat others how you want to be treated. I tell you, man, I look around and I'm like, I don't see a whole lot of that happening right now. For so many Christian and Catholic followers out there, for so many believers in God out there, I don't see a whole lot of loving thy neighbors, I guess is what I'm trying to say. We need to slow down, focus on uniting rather than dividing. Head on over there and pick up your copies today. Comfort, this has been an absolute pleasure. Such an honor. Thank you once again for being a guest, the people of distinction.
Thank you so much. I thought it was fantastic. You made me so comfortable, relaxed.
Wonderful.
Like my name.
I brought some comfort to comfort. I think that's saying a lot.